T marker. Undertone review, guys. Get right to it. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. You can call Ryan 680.
I'm Angela Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk Podcast, the podcast for your favorite movies and film, guys. Yeah, this sounds a little bit more different. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely, after watching a podcast horror movie, definitely different now. It definitely has a different experience here, listening to the silence. Yeah, no, definitely. One of the things I always talk about in movie and filmmaking is the fact that if a movie impacts you in a certain way where it changes your tone and attitude and everything, and if you had a shitty day at work, I feel like that movies have such an impactful life, just like songs and music. One of the most impactful movies that I still to date I can't believe it's still animation is the fact that Soul, a beautiful film. But anyways, that's my rant real quick. Just, it's portraying, it's a little impactful, horror movies too. But let's get right to it. Angela, what are we talking about today?
Oh yeah, I can 100% agree that scary horror movies, thriller movies can impact us. I mean, even to this day, I think I'm terrified of The Ring, and I am terrified of driving behind a 18-wheeler carrying wooden logs. Thank you, Final Destination 2.
Final Destination 2. There you go.
To get it off, we are reviewing Undertone today.
Let's go.
The host of a popular paranormal podcast becomes haunted by terrifying recordings mysteriously sent her way. Yeah. So Ryan, I know we were super excited to watch this one. Yeah. I know we saw the trailer a couple times in theaters.
Yeah.
Super stoked for it. It was a really interesting concept. What were your thoughts going into this? I know we're super hyped for it. Did this live up to your expectations?
I thought it was going to go one way. I really thought it was going to be kind of straightforward, very predictable movie. It wasn't. I'm pleasantly surprised that this movie's very unpredictable. Here's the thing, and I feel like that moviegoers are really, not going to like this. And here's the fun fact, guys. If you do not like podcasts, more than likely, you're probably not going to like this movie. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to be honest here. If you don't like audiobook, you're probably not going to like this movie. Mm-hmm. So there's no visual stunning effects. There's none. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. If you're expecting this action sequence and maybe some creative visual stunning effects like the way James Wong has done with the Conjuring movies, those are beautiful. But that is not this type of movie, guys. Okay? Just want to say that. Just want to iterate that. Now, this movie focuses a lot on sound, which we already knew from the trailers. The marketing was like, sounds terrifying, or like just people's comments. The sound is deadly, whatever. I'm just making stuff up. And so here's the thing with me. When people criticize, and I know Angela read one earlier, when people fucking criticize, it's not a visually stunning movie. Well, it didn't tell you it was a fucking visually stunning movie. Did it say critics are saying visually stunning? No, they're not fucking saying that. I'm just saying. Leaving it out there. This movie knows where it's at. It doesn't try to go above and beyond. It doesn't try to exceed it. It really has a structural story that really progresses over time. Mm-hmm. While she listens to these audio recordings, 10 recordings that sound very disturbing, and they get more terrifying and disturbing of the witching hour. And so you really get to see you kind of see her progression into this horror elements, insomnia, insanity. I mean, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. It's a mixture of all those ingredients, possession a little bit, not her, but just more so the concept of possession. So it's really, this movie's fucking good. This movie's really good. And if you like storytelling like I do, and if you like that, if you like podcast, if you're a huge podcast fan, hopefully you're a subscriber to us. I would suggest go fucking see this movie. This movie is so good. In a theater. Yeah, in a theater. Please, in a theater. This movie is it's really spot on, fantastic. But like I said, it knows where it's at. It's not visually stunning. It's not fucking Dune. It's not those, it's not a CGI movie. And this movie takes place in one setting, and it's a house, an older home. And I gotta admit, with the elements, it wasn't as good as that one neon film we saw around this time last year, which we saw a little dark elements, but that was more visuals, right? So this movie does, like, it does focus a lot more so on sound. No, not that much on visuals, if you will, but it still works its camera angles. It still has a niche on certain things, but yeah, you're definitely not going to see like what do you call it, like
I wouldn't compare it to like The Conjuring, where
yeah,
it's like
the
climax
biggest,
of like the reveal of
what it is,
whatever's been haunting it. No, you don't get that.
You're not going to get that at all.
You're not going to get that at all.
But anyways, what did you think of this movie?
I agree. I don't think that it's as like you say, big and grand in the aspect of the reveal of what's been haunting her this whole time. It is like you say where it's at, and I like that. I do feel though you either like it or you don't. You either gonna like the concept of it or you don't. A lot of reviews said it was boring, not a lot happening on screen, but I think that's what makes it really, really unnerving because, like you say, a lot of the sound, it relies on the sound and in your senses. So yes, like you may not see something, but because you hear things, it kind of almost makes you question, like, is there something really there? Like that for me preys on your anxiety of like, you see just darkness, but as an audience member, it's almost like you second guess of like, okay, is there something there? I would not classify this as boring at all. It was very much like heightened senses,
of course.
Psychological horror. You as an audience member, along with the main character, are going through the story of unraveling of what is haunting them.
What's going on.
And then you kind of like start to question, like, is this just the audio recording or is it kind of being in her life as well, which I thought was really, really cool. I really like that. I said, not everyone's going to like it.
Yeah.
You're either going to like it or you don't. But I hope people do. I hope more people like it than don't, because I think it deserves so much praise. I really, really enjoyed the story. It was a really concept story. We don't get too much of like, this entity. We do get some bits and pieces, which I thought was, for the runtime, and
I thought it was
the
good.
Story was good. It was good. That's all we needed. Would I like to know more about this demon, like in a sequel? Sure, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Why we're not? We're all curious, right? But I liked the story for what it was. I thought it was really interesting. I guess the big climax at the end was good enough for me. Did I like the ending, the way it ended? No, I kind of wanted a little bit more closure, but you know what it is, what it is. It's open-ended. You as an audience member can leave it up to interpretation of what you think happens at the end. But I thought it was very unnerving, very creepy. The audio, some of the clips we were hearing, it's very smart and very effective for me. I think it's going to scare a lot of people.
Definitely,
honestly.
for sure. And that's the thing too, is I really felt that this movie had, it had its special horror element moments in here, and it was very captivating. I mean, you get, and and we talked about in our out of theater reaction was the fact that, don't be afraid of the darkness, be afraid of the silence. And I love that. It's so good. That's so revealing. I love how movies really make you second guess certain things, and I just love that a lot. I mean, we talked about it while we were watching. They show it a little bit in the trailer, was the fact that you hear a noise and you don't know if that's from the podcast that she's listening, the audio she's listening to, or like if that's happening there
in the house.
Very, very
and
intriguing.
Coming from someone who works from home, who works in silence some of the times, when I hear things, we all hear things that go bump in the night. I think that it will definitely hit a nerve, struck a nerve with some people.
It will.
It will
for you?
Scare some people. I might. To be fair. This movie, this is one of the few movies that has scared me in a really long time. Like, really actually made me like, kind of like, oh, look over my shoulder. I feel like I will look over my shoulder for a little bit, just because, again, the audio and the sounds that we hear, the questioning of some of the things that go like bump, and you can't quite understand what's going on. That is very truly unnerving. Like I said, you don't have to visually see what's happening. You just have to listen to it, and you just hear the terror and hear what's going on, and you're like, it really does strike a nerve. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of just disturbing and unsettling. No, I completely agree with you on that part. And then it creates this new atmosphere, if you will, and this whole concept of the fact that this movie creates a lot of tension in here. It creates a lot of thrill. It's definitely creepy. I got creeped out on certain moments in here, and I'm not once to really get kind of like that in that way, or just to get scared in a way, but it definitely has that charisma there, and it really progresses a lot on that. But I really, really enjoyed this movie, man. It's so good. It's so revealing. And there's definitely
There's no, and that's the thing too. I feel like moviegoers are really not going to like it because of the fact it doesn't have like a big climax scene.
Doesn't
It's
have
mainly
like the
audio.
reveal, like the big reveal of what this entity is. You see it, like because like you see it in the like the Conjuring movies, Insidious movies. You see the big demon thing, and the makeup looks cool, and the design of the demon looks cool. But you don't really see that here. And like I said, I think you're either gonna like it or you don't.
Yeah,
and for me, it didn't bother me that I didn't see a big demon reveal. I liked the story for what it was. Like you said, I think it kind of knew where it was going. It didn't try to be grandiose and above what it was trying to do. I think for what the story was, it worked.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. It did for me too. Like I said, I really did enjoy this movie. The tension's there. It builds up the whole acting of performance of her. That she did spectacular. I really enjoyed her as actress acting in here, and I really liked her portrayal. I know you said Nina Carey. You said she was in Handmaid's Tale. I never seen that show, so. Well, scratch that. I saw the first 4 or 5 episodes, and then I stopped. And then you fell in love with that series. So, but I would even argue. I wouldn't argue, but I would. Okay, here's the thing. I would argue that I would say it's a slow burn mystery movie. I said, well, to me, that's not really a bad thing. But then again, if you're saying that's a negative thing, I get it, but I don't. So it's just like one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said. I think you're either going to like it or you don't. There's some movies that have been kind of like the similar slow burn, not a lot happens, and I find it completely boring. But there's something interesting about this. It's very unique to me.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a concept like this in a while. I'm sure it's, the audio thing has been done in the past, but, seeing this.
That white noise, all that stuff.
Yeah, like I said, it really preys on your senses. And
it does.
I really, really enjoyed it. And this is this is a scary movie that has kind of unsettled me in a long time. I'm not gonna lie. And then also the other guy, the second.
Which one?
Justin, the other podcaster.
Oh yeah,
Adam DeMarco from White Lotus.
Yeah, I was a fan of him in White Lotus, with their characters and everything. And anyone has seen the White Lotus, some shit's about to go down, and you just know the characters are going to intertwine with each other. So yeah, I agree. And going back into, I actually liked his voice as playing Justin. He was a really good podcaster. I really did. I liked that a lot. I liked how he was. We never saw him though, which is kind of weird, but we never, I was waiting to at least get a glimpse or maybe a FaceTime video of him, just like real quick, like snippet, but we never got it, which is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah. No,
I'm content.
Yeah, like I said, it was really, he was just supporting. You don't see him. You just hear his voice. You hear him interacting with the main character, Evie. I really, really enjoyed the story for what it was.
Yeah.
Very simple, straight to the point, straightforward.
Exactly. I agree.
And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, same here. Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. It's such a good film. And I feel like that moviegoers, again, I'm going to say it again, they should give this movie a chance and go see it in the biggest theaters possible, because it does play into psychological thrills and relies on tension and character development with the two podcasters. So I really did like that a lot. I thought that was really good.
I agree.
But yeah, no, ratings 1 out of 10. Tell me the highest, Angela. When do you give this rating?
I give it an 8.5 because I really enjoyed it. Like I said, this did truly kind of disturb me and it's been a while since a scary movie has done that to me. So I give it a high rating again. Either you're gonna love it or you're not. I really loved it. I loved the story and the plot and how it unfolded.
I gotcha.
Again, I didn't really need much. It really did, and a lot of the scenes made me question myself. At the very end of the day, it was really just really good story that I thought was executed really well. Okay. All right. True. I'm gonna do 8.8 out of 10. I really did like this movie, guys. This movie's so fucking good. I enjoyed this more than I thought I would. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more predictable. It really wasn't for me, which I'm happy about that, because I was just like, I don't know if it's gonna mix very well with this. And so I just, in my head, I was just thinking like, is it gonna work? Is it gonna make sense? Or a movie is a slow burner movie, that's fine. I'm okay with it. But I feel like that if it was trying to reach out of its realm or trying to do too much, I feel like it just would have destroyed itself in its own rating. But anyways, I thought this movie's really good, solid movie. I go back to where I said the first thing when I said, if you do not like podcast or audiobook, you probably are not gonna like this movie. So
Take that whatever you want with a grain of salt. But I honest to God's truth, I feel like that moviegoers will love this movie. I feel like that everyone go check it out, man. Just do it. If you like horror movies, again, it's psychological thriller, and it got me. If it got me, it's probably gonna get you. I'll see that, because I'm a big horror fan. I'm a big, huge Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street kind of guy. We're fan of The Conjuring. I hope they was in talks of bringing a Conjuring prequel that they were trying to do like a TV show or movie. I'm on board with those, and they're trying to keep the same people who played the younger versions of Ed Lorraine Warren in the movie. That would be very good. That'll be very good. But anyways, so I'm a huge fan of that. I'm a huge fan of all that stuff. So just, again, terrifying, right? Terrifying and deadly. Deadly is silence. All right, guys. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for listening to the Alamo City Movie Talk podcast, wherever a podcast can be listened to. Thank you guys so much. As always, I am your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela Bacaldiange.
This is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. You do not forget, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you at the next movie. Have a good one, guys. See you at the movies. Latest.